Welcome back. My name's Kevin Sidebottom. I'm a speaker, author, and trainer, and I travel the country and I actually work with sales and leadership teams on how to build trust and influence with customers and team members so that way our organizations can function and grow greater profits. We drive costs down and profits up. That's the goal. Well, today, let's talk about how you build trust with remote employees. This is a difficult task because everybody's off on their own island, and we've been in a pandemic, and everybody's been thrown out of their comfort zones. And it's been hard to make people work together and grow because, well, when someone throws an email across your desk, well, you've got other priorities. Let's face it. It's just hard to get a top priority out of people. I mean, typically a boss can sit there and say, no, you need to work on this, and it gets done. But do people really trust you at that point? The answer is no. So how can we build trust, especially when we're remote? Well, let's talk about it. Here's a few things that I do and I've learned and have been very helpful. The first thing is we need to answer the 3 questions consistently. Do I like you? Do I trust you? How can I help you? Those 3 questions are asked by everybody. It's been pre-programmed in our heads, and it was since we had to survive to now, how do we thrive? So we need to be answering and being focused on how we do that. By doing that, we'll build trust with people, okay? Because, I mean, literally, people are in their houses working remote now. Well, here's what we can do to grow that. We need to be focused here and here on how we can be intentional and value people. If we're intentional on how we can add value to people and how we can learn about people, yeah, we're going to build trust. It's a byproduct. And when we do that, well, they're going to work with us, they're going to be more transparent with us, and we're all going to grow together. We're all going to move forward together. That's what we want. So with remote teams, what can we do? Well, we can use video instead of just picking up the phone and talking. You know, there's all these different memes about on video and off video on conference calls and the different hairstyles people have and the makeup. And people wear sport coats and shirts with shorts and flip-flops, for the videos. But we need to be looking at people and allowing them to see us. Because this is how we, learn about people and really see people. When it's just on a phone, now we're detached. We need to be engaging. We need to be helping. We need to be adding value. So how do we do some of these other things? Well, we can learn about those people and have a CRM system. So in sales, we have customer relationship management tools that we're constantly learning about our customers. Well, we need to be doing that about our teams. Whether they're remote or not, we need to constantly be learning about them. What can we do to learn something new about them? Are they getting ready to have a baby? Is somebody in their family really sick? Are they going through a hard time or an illness? What is it that they're going through that we can be intentional to learn? By doing so, it's going to help people. I mean, everybody is going through isolation, okay? And we need to feel like we're in a team environment if we want to still thrive. So we need to be encouraged to learn about people. And again, like in sales, it's all about learning to build your influence about people, because in the first buying decision that people have is about the salesperson. Well, they got to constantly be learning and growing, finding out, different tips and tricks about the people and understanding them. We have to do that with our teams. We need to be adding value. So instead of just sending off an email, we at the very least pick up a phone or do a video chat and catch up with them. What's going on with them? What are they doing? What are some of the hobbies they're learning? What are some of their goals for the year that haven't been kind of crumpled up and thrown out the window? We need to understand where they're at. And maybe they got something going on that we know a lot about. Maybe they're going through a divorce, and we've been there, and we know how hard that is. Maybe we can give them some tips and tricks of how to cope with that, or a loss of someone. Being intentional, valuing people, learning about people. That's how we're going to build trust, especially when they're remote. Okay, people are busy. We have a busy schedule going on, constantly investing in them. The other thing I recommend, especially to sales teams and everybody else that wants to, grow their business, is we have to learn together. Maybe it's an online training that you can do together where you guys are figuring out puzzles, or there's an online keynote that comes in, which is what I've done in some different instances, and they train you. Taking a training at least once a year together as a team will help add value. And you got the breakout sessions where everybody can break out into different groups and learn and discuss topics. But by doing so, you're building the foundations of trust. And when you can accomplish tasks together, maybe someone's more mathematically inclined, someone's more strategic inclined, and as they're working together in groups, they build bonds. And when they build bonds, they build trust, and they work together, which is fantastic, especially when you're remote, to have these kind of bonds. So constant communication and doing these trainings will help do this. The other thing I recommend, read a book together. Yeah, that's right. Not just one a year. I've done 12 books a year for about a decade. Not because I'm a super fast reader, which I'm probably one of the slowest people you ever meet as far as reading. But I can read 12 books a year by reading 10 pages a day. In a 30-day calendar, I can read a 300-page book. Doesn't take a lot of time every day, but I can carve out that little bit of time to learn. Well, maybe in your group, you can do, a book a quarter to make it a little bit easier as you first get into it. But discuss the book. What are you guys learning? What do you guys find fascinating about this topic? What can you learn from this and discuss with the teams? By having those discussions, people are going to go, wow, that's a great insight. I can add that to something that I'm going to do. Okay? We need to not be focused on the task, but on the relationship. That's what we're doing. By talking about different things, learning together, we're growing. And by constant communication, that is how we build trust together. All right? If you have any questions about this, feel free to reach out. Contacts are below. I do weekly blogs. I do these videos. If you liked it and it was helpful, hit like, subscribe, share it with somebody else on your team. Maybe it adds value to them. That's what I'm here to do. All right? We'll see you next time.